Yeah.
Ah. All right. So we're here for a new set. We've got
I turned my fan down. Okay, I'm
there you go.
actually here now.
Yeah. We got new set. We got Eldrazi is hanging out.
Oh, we have to draft two packs of the Eldrazi set, right?
I think that's gonna be fine. I'm going into this optimistic.
Well, it'll balance us out. I'm going into it. The only thing I don't understand is why you do two of your small set because that like shrinks your card pool like
They
a lot.
they did that to make the like basically what happened was they did two changes effectively like so they changed it so that you do the newest set first to make it more relevant. Like, and then they also
Yeah,
changed it to do the newest set twice to make it more relevant. And I think you didn't. I don't know if you needed both. You know, like is
yeah. It basically it's the difference between drafting from a pool of the ratio between like the new set's like 200 cards.
yeah, 200 versus 330, 340 or something like that.
So it's like you're cutting out like a over a third of like the card pool, like in terms of density. So it's like it just feels weird to me. Maybe that means I should start doing the big set second, like in the design wise. Just open with a small set. You love that, right?
People love small sets. All right, so
Maybe they should instead do two sets of equal size. How about that? Medium sets.
does this mean they'll have to start planning? So this is how they've. This change has actually been in like drafting for something like
Oh
five
yeah.
years.
It made a little more sense when you have two small sets though, you know?
Right. Ah, planes. Sweet. What are you doing up here?
I love planes. We
Um,
got all lightning as our
whatever. The sort by rarity is failing. Whatever. That's fine.
well, let's take a look. I don't feel great about ball lightning as much as I love ball lightning.
This is a removal spell.
It is basically a removal spell. I also don't feel great about the Gorgers.
It's like a juggernaut, I suppose.
Hmm. Oh, so
I,
there's Ride Down and Galvanic. I guess if you want to go early in on your bad.
the trick is that I'm cool. Like all of the red in here is something I'd be fine playing.
Yeah, it's the same. Like either you're going on the shock or you're going in like a removal spell or Ride Down's thirsty to pick here.
I think that's a little much, especially with like impetuous
Yeah.
devils and alchemist greeting and here, yeah, scavengers live the dream. I'm I'm kind of thinking about the devils. The problem here is like there's a lot of good red hanging out in here. This is very. I think I'm still gonna try the devils. This is
Yeah,
a
we'll see.
six-point removal spell.
Yeah, it kills something and then probably damages your opponent.
Oh God.
Ooh, Hanvir. Oh my god.
Now, okay.
Hey, and Eldrazi's are no longer. Yeah, they're not visible anymore.
Yeah.
Again, but
All
it
right.
of the Horrid's form is.
So powerful cards in this again. We have like Alchemist Greeting, Galvanic Bombardment. We have Subjugator Angel in here,
Yeah,
along with some powerful white.
I think Subjugator Angel is just what we want. Like, Ironclad Slayer is good, considering there's a pacifism like in the pack, and we could maybe get some like dead weights or
Aye.
something. But that creature is like so powerful.
Yeah, this is just tap your opponent's team and call it good. I kind of want to be in like whenever I jump into a new format, it's very common for me to default to like a red-white aggression deck anyway.
I was going to say blue-white flyers, but this is like half of both of those plans. And Hunter Battlements is not like super great, anyways, right? It's just a Garant's haste on red.
Yeah.
There
Ooh.
is a Folkter Function.
There is. There's a super aggressive red card though.
There's a 3 mana 4/3. There's Terrarian. There's a creature to cast with Donate.
Oh no, the cards with Mel don't get huge. Oh no.
That's sad.
Like they don't just do this, like have them be this big.
Hmm.
Like I'm always.
I would love that. There's also other stuff in here. I don't know how Make Mischief works.
1 damage at sorcery speed to make a 1/1 devil.
I know, but I mean, like, in terms of effectiveness. Like, I don't know if it hits enough stuff to be good.
I think it's way too expensive.
Yeah, yeah. Or if it was an instant.
That too. Well, if it was
would
an
make it
instant,
more like Flare, you know?
yeah.
Or a 2 mana, or a 3 mana. It would be like 3 mana deal 3 damage. Which no, they can't have that. At common? Are you crazy?
Ooh.
Just murder.
Just murder.
We have murder. We have
It's like murder versus bear. Like.
yeah, murder versus bear. And another. This crab gets art. The other crab doesn't.
This crab has great art.
That has wonderful art.
I love this crab.
Very good crab.
It's a.
I love Succumb to Temptation in like 3 different ways. Look at this romance novel cover, everybody. Plus, it's a good card. Like, it's a good balance.
Yes.
I love instant draw.
I'm definitely like, look, murder it's the kill spell.
Look at Woodcutter's Gift. You can tell that he reached into the back of his truck that was off camera and got himself a hat and an axe. The hat gives you hexproof, and the axe gives you +3/+3. Slayer's Cleaver sucks. What is Lupine Prototype?
It is a 2-mana 5/5 that is only good if you molt the 3.
Yeah, I like the art on this too, though. Look at that; that's great.
I love this. Do I just pick like Succumb to Temptation or even Terrarian?
Maybe one of the two. If we want to like play Murder or Succumb, is like a fine thing to do. But Terrarian is also a way to maybe splash Subjugator Angel.
Yeah.
Also, like if we ever get a Delirium
card. This card's just fine. This is the sort of artifact I want for Delirium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain that there are going to be times where the prototype rules for people. It's just also there's going to be times where like you can't get down and How many Makes Mischief need to be in these packs? All of them?
A whole bunch. I saw how Kavanaugh proved that card can go horribly wrong. I guess there's a Volshock Morningstar here, or like a Faithbearer Paladin. I don't really think Wailing Ghoul is something we're in on.
Nah, I'm kind of thinking about the Whispers just because most of the time it isn't going to go bad.
Most of the time it isn't, but...
And it gives me something on 2, even though that's not what I want on 2, just a 1-for-1.
If that were like Black Cat, I would be like 100% behind it, but it's not.
I'm going to grab it because I'm not interested in the other cards in here.
Yeah.
Well, how many Make Mischiefs do we need?
How about a bear?
Yeah, how about a bear? I don't know. Are we just 3 color? We just find fixing and make this work? Whatever. Also, I hate this card.
Foul Emissary is like fine, but I hate him.
That's me too. It's fine. I just hate it.
Here's the actual trick: is I think we're hedging on what of our 2 colors we actually are right now. I don't think we're 3 color yet. I would splash. Murder's a hard color. This card to splash.
Yeah.
Subjugator Angel's a little easier to splash than. But if we can get some white going, which this is a good card. This is a Kinsbell Skirmisher, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Abandoned Reason is a kicking.
It's a little more expensive than it was the last time around, but it's still completely fine.
Yeah, Coordinated Assault was something else.
We have a 4-power creature already.
Mm-hmm. What else is in here? Borrowed Hostility is just, I think, worse than Abandoned Reason.
It's definitely worse than Abandoned. I'm with you there. I like this card both for its art and like its versatility.
It's a fine card, yeah. Like, it'd be between this and like the Standard Bearer. I'm sad that Standard Bearer is not a flag bearer. Hey,
we'll take it. Honestly, I think we're definitely. I feel like red white is where I want to be.
Yeah, I think our red is powerful enough to play. Our white is also powerful enough to play. So maybe this is powerful enough to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Scour the Library. That lab being here is a little weird too, because this card is actually super fine casting for 6 mana.
Heck, even this, like, this is not.
Not bad.
I think that's actually quite good, to be honest. Do I like steal the It of the Horrid Swarm or something like that? Like, I don't think I'm not playing Prophetic Ravings. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
It's
For
the,
like Hurloon Minotaur.
in a color
Nah.
I really don't want to be the person. Like,
Yeah, let's take the It of the Horrid Swarm.
meh, I'll take the Minotaur. Hey, Factor Fiction's still hanging out.
Nobody's in blue, it appears.
It's playable.
Then discard a card. Well, it... That could be playable.
I still don't know why the Plains is up in the top left. That's really annoying me.
Well, lands are rare. Unbroken land is rare in this time of Imrakul.
Well, this motherfucker.
There's another Kinspell Skirmisher and a Wind Drake in here.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Otherworldly Outburst, which is a weird card.
Yeah. That it is. Yes, it is. It's Spell Queller is a quite powerful card. I don't know about.
Like tick value. I don't know if it might be. I don't know. Probably not enough to take. Just for, is it enough to value?
It's the draft back.
Well, I mean,
I'm being
look at him.
I'm being told it's the draft back from my list here, and I'm willing.
Yeah, 13 tickets looks like.
I'm willing to skip. That's a high enough value for me to skip.
Yep, skip on Windrake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the draft back. Sorry.
Is Courageous Outrider enough?
How many humans do we have at this point?
None.
None.
One.
Looks like none. I like the card. What else is in here? The Vanilla Pack Outcast, which is actually quite good.
Yeah, that card's good. Steadfast Cathar is actually fine.
Yeah, it's a good, just
aggressive card.
Good piker.
Clear Shot is worth splashing. Look at that freaking card! Show people Clear Shot. That card's not fair. You know, if you make Soulsfire better, it can be great. Well, not better. God, imagine if that could go.
Yeah, if you could go to a dome, that'd be something else.
A format with Eldrazi that has Soulsfire.
I'm kind of feeling having the... I've played against this card, and it gets out of control very quickly.
It's a pretty good, what do you call that? Dirkwood Boars, yeah.
Yeah, well, the big thing is that it's like trample plus fire breathing on the backside, and you by definition have 7 mana when you flip it.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the other thing is just, man, why is that thing an uncommon?
I see.
Like, it's a fine card, but I don't see why.
I think it's worth being an uncommon. I've never. I don't think of that card as a common.
I don't know, man.
Like, I know that, like, yeah, the other menace creatures, like,
I'm just thinking of, like, Welkin Turn, which menace is worse than flying.
Luckily, it doesn't matter. I'm picking choking restraints, but...
Oh, yeah, like, yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
I'll look at other Welkin Turns throughout history. Like, I don't know. Like, it just doesn't seem...
Eddie Eldrazi! Eddie!
Just pick 'em.
I'll pass on that plan. That's fine. Oh man, more Ride Down. More Vidillion Pack Outcast. More Drog Skull Shieldmate, Steadfast Cathar, Ride Down. So we got some choices.
We do have some choices. We could pick up another piece of top end. We could. That's a pretty good flyer, that shield mate.
Yeah, it's pretty good without that flying keyword.
I said flying instead of flash. That's still a fine card though. It's like a
Yes,
trick.
it is a good card. Is that better than everything else hanging out here?
Better than ride down. Ride down is much more likely to wheel. It did last time.
Yeah, I don't think the Ride Down's worth picking. Like I'm thinking about the Cathar versus the Drog Skull, like just so I have some early game going.
Some early guys. Maybe somebody who can pick up the Guardian of Pilgrims +1/+1.
Yeah, or like that I can use Ride Down for. I'm gonna pick the Cathar.
Yeah, it's just a format where 3-drops are of many, many amounts. Speaking of, actually, Fiend Binder.
Yeah, like that was my first look at, but there's also
Yeah, the Desperate Sentry is pretty good. Steadfast Cathar is the guy we just picked, so we already like. Olivia's Dragoon is like the best 2-drop in the format,
yeah.
but not on our color, sadly. Yeah, get that Hurloon Minotaur on there.
Like I'm wondering if it's Cathar. Like basically, it's where on the curve I want a card. You know.
Yeah, I think I favor the 2 or the 4 more than the 3. So basically, it's in my mind between the Cathar and the Fiend Binder. That Fiend Binder is very good, but it's also like
I'm gonna go ahead and keep on these
low curve. Yeah.
low curve coming on in. Ooh.
Sigarda's Aid.
I just had to pull it up. It's your auras and everything and equipment have flash and equipment auto attaches. It's actually quite good in the right deck, but I don't think limited that deck can actually occur.
It's an Elder deck. There's the Fiend Binder there if we want it versus Windrake.
I think Windrake wins that one flat, but I'm also looking at the Otherworldly Outburst if that's a...
It helps Pikers trade.
Yes. I still think I want Evasion because I don't have too much of that yet. I only have the Subjugator.
Evasion is rather good.
But yeah, I'm still liking this just as a 4-mana 6 damage kill spell. That's...
Yep, it could also be Lava Axe if like that situation happens. You can stack your triggers with a. Ooh, that's the kind of 2-drop I'm looking for.
Yeah, there's not much else in here I'm caring about other than Guardian of Pill. This lets me have a pretty fast deck.
Yeah, pretty fast deck. Like the existence of a Kinsvale Skirmisher allows fast decks to exist. Although we do have to be wary of that Swift Spinneret thing right there. Oh, Nephalia Sea Kite rise again. Distemper the Blood would be better if we had any way to make use of its madness, because I think it's weak if you don't have madness and super great if you do.
Weak is an understatement. Look at that sorcery type line. This card's unplayable. That card's unplayable as a...
Get hands off Trample. Show everyone the art to prying questions.
Hey.
How you doing?
It's just like...
Heard about men's rights? Hey. I think what Donald Trump said was fine, actually. I don't see what the problem is with my noodle mouse.
Wolverine is hanging out with
it's one of the kids from Halloween 3.
Yeah, after they got the piece of Stonehenge in their head.
Yeah.
Give me another Kinsvale Skirmisher. I'll take
Nobody picks Slayer's Cleaver because that thing sucks.
I did want the Otherworldly Outburst, but the Kinsvale Skirmisher is just better.
Man, look at that! Look at that piece of equipment. Oh my god, that is 7 mana.
For +3/+1.
That is a card that is worse than Greatsword.
It's that uncommon.
Remember Nodachi Kids? You ever play with that card?
F.
People think of Loxodon Warhammer when they think of like
busted uncommon stuff, but I think of like, for some reason it always comes back to Nodachi for me. As it turns out you can't actually beat Nodachi. Hey!
Yeah, maybe we'll get a discard element. So our red's kind of light.
Yeah.
Good thing red is hell of deep in pack 3.
Right. We want to find things like Fiery Temper. We want to find some of the good aggressive creatures in red, and we want to find ooh.
Or just the highly aggressive card. What else is in here? The Moorland Drifter, the Devil's Horn Clock, was evil. Oh right, the keyword they didn't keep between sets was investigate.
No, they did not, because the mystery was solved.
Should we be main decking Terrarian?
Main decking, huh?
Terrarian.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I'm not taking it out of the pile yet.
Upon the armor.
I don't know. I just like the idea of a 1-mana 2/1. That's just fine.
It's fine. Like, we're completely willing to pay 2 mana for a 2/1, so why not 1 mana?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mystery is they turned one generic, except they did more with Investigate than they did with Escalate. Because Investigate served a purpose, because lots of cards discard in this, and they wanted to have, like, a way for people not to be hellbent all the time.
Yeah.
And also they had cards that interacted with it. Imagine such a thing as interacting with your mechanics. Oh. I like the Vampire, I like the Whispers, I like the Journal.
Kind of like True Faith Censor, too.
We have a lot of humans.
That fits, like, on Steadfast Cathar, that gives me, like, what? A 4 Vigilance?
4 Vigilance on the attack.
Right.
Is that better than Ray of Command? Like, it's not Ray of Command, because we have no way to discard it, but...
Right. I like, if we're an aggressive deck, this is an ability I want to have. Right?
Yeah. We gotta convince Stephen Colbert to stab somebody for us. Our opponent.
Mm-hmm. If this were a completely different deck, Tamio's Journal would be really good. You're absolutely correct. Almost.
Tamio's Journal is a little slow for us, but if you're a deck that is not intended to win on like turn 6, then that is a very fine card that will draw you many cards.
Yeah, almost every other deck every other deck would want this Journal.
Mm-hmm. Not us though.
Nope. Still looking for.
Hey! The temperature of our deck.
Yeah, I think this is the right temperature. This is.
Just Pious Evangel. I don't actually know if I like Spiteful Motives.
I don't. I've played it, but like it's like that combat trick that exists everywhere, except for it sticks around.
It reminds me of a common from Ravnica that I liked. The CMC3 Bolt. And that was just enchanted creature gets first strike. What was that called?
Galvantic Arc.
Yeah, Galvanic Arc. The card that was almost as playable as Flight of Fancy.
Oh, they were both like first pickable.
They were both. Yeah, they were both like. Yeah, they were both like main line. Play them together. It's the best.
No, but this is the right temperature for what we're doing.
Yeah, we have Angels. Turns out that you can't get hurt if your opponent's creatures are tapped. Forge Master's fine. We could pick up a Censor here if we wanted to, though.
That's a good question. Like, Forge Master's another good, like, 2-drop, which I have 6 of right now.
Yeah, which we have 6 of right now. What's the flip on that? Shocks things and block it, right?
Yeah. Or it blocks, both ways.
So this is a fine card.
Yeah, this is a choice.
It's also a human, so it doesn't mess up the Censor thing. How many non-humans do we have? 1, 2,
A lot.
3, 4. But it's still like fine on a non-human.
Yeah.
It still gives the +1/+1 on vigilance.
I'll go with the Censor here. This is kind of a close one for me. I think the fact that we already have a bunch of 2s is really the point.
Yeah, we already have 3 Pikers. 4 if you count Falcon Wrathgorger. Hey, Unruly Mob, the classic taste.
Yep.
Although we might be a deck that could make use of ethereal guidance, but it'll feel. Man, somebody's going to have Moonlight Hunt and Sure Shot or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna be just the removal master, and it's gonna suck really hard. Oh, sweet.
Hey, I'm happy to have one of those. Oh my god! What's a print run, Grandpa? Embryo Wolf would also be fine if the Chasm were here.
Yeah, the Chasm's something I want though. Like, yeah, we have Subjugator Angel, but I want another copy. I'd want that too, PokeCaptain. Like, I don't know how that's guidance at all. Like,
There's a ghost who is standing behind me that is doing exactly what I am doing. We call this a stand.
Because it stands by your side.
Oh. Unless it's a fishing rod. Wait, you haven't read Part 5 yet.
I have not.
Spoilers, in Part 5, somebody's stand is a fishing rod.
Nice. Tormenting Voice?
I think we could make use of a Tormenting Voice.
I don't know if we certainly would, but it's at least the most playable thing for us in here. Like,
played over Terrarian.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey. How's it going?
Stendo. We even have another,
My stand.
We even have another wolf. We have, like, 2 more wolves. Although that thing's probably attacking every turn anyway.
Right, this is just a 3/3. Forget all the stands that don't stand. Like the one the person who introduced stands has.
Wait. No, Birdman could stand.
Well,
he just chose to float.
Fair. Hermit Purple doesn't stand, though.
Well, yeah, Hermit. No, it wasn't Hermit Purple who introduced it. It was Magician Red, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. Expose Evil over another, like...
Another bear versus... Because that's just bear in our deck. I don't think we're getting Delirium.
Yeah, like, do I just want, like... I think this might be a more useful thing.
Imagine this as a 4-drop spell.
Well, especially better than Terrarian, too.
Yeah, better than Terrarian. I'd feel okay feeling an Expose Evil.
Ooh, True Fate Sensor again made it around. I'm taking a second copy of these. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Fleeting Memories, maybe.
I was gonna say, I don't care.
The Scob actually ruins us. What the hell do we do about a 2-mana 1/3, gens?
Attack with our 2/2s and 2/3s around it. Or use Kinsale Skirmisher like 4 times to just attack over it.
Yeah, we just gotta use Kinsale Skirmisher.
Yep.
I have good news, gens. It is 8:49 and my computer didn't hang.
Nice.
The printer was successfully removed from
God.
the network.
I can't believe that it was actual printer.
It was me, Austin.
The printer on the circuit. How is this even real?
Well, your cat sounds hungry.
You can hear that?
Yes, I can.
Somebody's picking all the basics in these packs.
Well, they're so rare, gens. They're higher in the rarity than everything else. Why wouldn't you pick them?
Like, the cat's just sitting over by its full food dish, meowing.
Well, what's people food?
Well, what's the deal with this tall executor? Oh, added to your collection. All right. Okay, so I want to before I build, I need to do this quick. So, Ethereal Guidance is,
Wait, what did you get new product from?
From the draft. So, Ethereal Guidance was, I am guiding you. And then there's, this, which actually looks much more like a person being guided ethereally. Anyway, quick build. So,
Oh yeah.
Out with Terrarian, 2 cuts.
I don't want to cut any creatures. Choking Restraint has to stay in. What's Abandoned Reason's good?
Yeah.
That's flying.
That's like a creature is the problem.
Expose Evil.
Is there a link to where I can see them? Yeah, there's a link. Somebody will certainly beat me to it. Maybe like Unruly Mob.
Yeah, Unruly Mob out, and like we have one more cut after that, don't we?
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
Expose Evil.
Expose Evil.
Actually, yeah, we have a 6-drop. We're not cutting down on land. Like I thought I had that thought for a second.
Yeah.
And then I remembered the bomb, and I was like, wait, nah. Are we a deck without real bombs? Like we have a rare that's a 1 mana 2/1 with no ability. Okay, we have a mythic. Okay, I forgot. I forgot about Cold Night Castigator. Like Chasm or Expose Evil, which one do you prefer? Would you like a card that draws a card, or would you like a card that wins the game?
I mean, they both sort of do that. I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah, this seems fine. What's colors look like? Not quite an even split. Favor white a little bit.
Barely.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's 8-9. Yep.
Ready to go, coach.
Let's do it. I think this is like a deck that's perfect for Ride Down.
Yes. I will think any deck that contains a Goblin Piker is absolutely correct for a deck to contain Ride Down.
Yeah.
Because Goblin Piker loves to ride down.
Well, so do like Brazen Wolves, you know? Like
yeah, Brazen Wolves definitely does. Something like we could be ultra rude and like do it on your devils, just because you want to do 6 damage to your opponent. Yeah, the Pokemon chat's all good. I like many of the new Pokemon.
I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of Gigantic Executor that just like bonks its head on you.
I rather like
I like
the Lotus Mantis Pokemon. I like Lotus Mantids in real life.
That one is good. I was going to say I like the one that's a Gradius boss.
It's like, I haven't seen all of the new ones, so I have not seen that.
It's literally
I'm surprised.
It's literally a floating rock, and when you hit it, the rock part breaks and reveals the core. It rules. And it has like different colored cores. Like anyway, I guess we already get the draft back based on spell color, so that's good.
Yeah, I guess I'll
be back in a second here.
Do we get the auto build when we finish off all this drafting because we hit submit and there's more time? Maybe that will happen soon. Anyways, how is everybody doing with you guys here? Yeah, Spell Queller. It's a card you can flip off Coco, so that makes it good.
Hello.
Hello. You're talking about how Spell Queller is an impressive card in a standard that also has Reflector Mage. Imagine that Coco, where you go, okay, you cast a spell, like something, a 4-drop. Like you cast Gisela, and like your opponent goes, okay, Coco for like 3. And off the top they flip like Spell Queller and Reflector Mage, like, okay, bounce your guy, and exile Gisela.
Yep.
That's like, okay. And then they go to cast another Gisela, and you're like, okay, I'll Reflector Mage, bouncing my own Spell Queller, so that Gisela, you cast Gisela and then cast the other Gisela.
You can also, like, Spell Queller.
Is this perhaps the slowest possible hand?
Yeah, I don't think it could actually be any slower than this. Is this fine?
Is it keepable, though? We're likely to draw 2 drops. This is probably fine. Like, look at all this evasion in our hand. Basically, do you think 6 would look better?
It's possible, but not certain. Like, this is a hand that's antithetical to what we're doing. I still think it's keepable. I'm not.
I think it's not a good hand. I think it's keepable. Maybe the top 10 will look great. Maybe the top 10 will be 3 more lands.
Like, give me a Piker to play on 2, and I'll call this
We have
just fine.
Falconwrath Gorger on 1.
Okay, I knew that was coming, so that we could cast the Gold Knight Castigator on 4.
Yeah, we have to. Otherwise, we just have to cast Spectral, the reserves.
Well, the reserves make Castigator good. Alright.
Uh-huh. I did not want to be right when I said the top 3 were going to be land deck.
Yeah, but we knew that. Like, this was kept on that assumption.
I think we can still pretty easily win the game if that's the assumption.
Oh,
Or
so,
we can start this, draw one of our best 3-drops.
yeah, let's start as aggressive as possible. And I mean, you know, for missing our 1 and our 2. Okay, so they're gonna play. Oh, crap! They played Pestermite with like plus, like 10 times over.
Let me read that card again.
Whenever it or another spirit comes into play, tap target creature.
Ah, okay. Well, I suppose we are playing Spectral Reserves then.
Hell no, I'm getting in.
Are you going to play the Castigator?
100%. It lets me attack for 8.
Oh, okay.
It's
got haste. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
The
I
card.
also thought it was Frost Breath for some reason. That's why you're... But it's just whenever spirits come, I gotta imagine that was
No,
Frost Breath.
so this set has like 6 different like tap things. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's rock.
Ew.
My opponent only has 2 damage on me on board, so I feel fine playing the Castigator. And also, it dies to the reserves, so...
Mm-hmm. Here comes a new turn.
I'm happy to just be, like, out the gates, you know? Like, hey, I'm swinging 8 on turn 4.
This is what our out the gates looks like, right?
This is what our out the gates looks like. Not playing a creature until turn 3.
That's this normal. Let's sit normal for this set.
My opponent give me a whelp.
Well, that is true. Yeah, so our opponent has a pretty good defensive thing going on. What does Gargi flip to?
4/2 flyer.
4/2.
Again, the Spectral Reserves is what's going to give me the, like, defense. And then the Subjugator is the final. Wow.
Got the fear in him. Do you want to...
Equip that? Yeah.
Like, do we equip or do we just get the reserves down? If you put the sensor on the wolves, that gives it 4 toughness. It still trades with Herald and Thraben Gargoyle, but it does that anyways.
I'm
Doing
fine
it on
with that trade.
Doing it on the Castigator would be just another point of damage.
Maybe it's just swing 8 and play Spectral.
That seems fine. The next turn we get Subjugator Angel, and everything goes south for our opponent.
Yeah. I love that this is 4 power to just get over that Geist.
Yeah, the Geist of the Archives is a rather powerful card, but
So what's the trick? You have to have one.
yeah, does he have a trick?
Oh.
Oh, just the wind.
Well, I'm glad I didn't,
Equip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has sucked.
And the 2 for 1.
Wait, they waited until... They could have taken 4 damage in order to...
No, it
Nah,
doesn't.
that wouldn't-
No, it doesn't work that
Yeah,
way.
it's just for you and the Angel itself, that's right.
Yes. I'll take the
It's been
2.
a while.
I'll take the... That was a 3 for 1. Like, they are 3 cards down. I am 1 card down. That is, you know...
Do we just play Spectral Reserves here then?
Yeah, I don't want to... And we'll leave up
And
red.
the Angel just attack if we play it.
Yeah. No, this is a lot of evasion for our deck that doesn't... like, this is
Yeah,
like-
we have all of our evasive cards in our hand. Come to think.
Alright, they left a card on top. Oh my god. Okay.
They got all to make mischiefs.
I don't care about that 1/1 though.
Well,
Like,
we get in for... Yeah, we just like we do this, we play Censor, we get in for 5, right?
yeah.
And we're 20 because we gained 2 life.
And our opponent's at 7. 3 cards in hand. Card on bottom.
What do you got? Spiraling Ethos.
They are not dead on board.
Yeah, they are.
They're willing to concede, though.
They had 5, 6 damage to 7.
I don't have I don't have a human to get the. I don't.
Yeah, if we could somehow make Gold Knight Castigator a human, they would be dead on board. But I don't think we learned enough to make any changes.
No,
we didn't.
not really.
We saw a 1 toughness creature, so like, but I don't think we're that thirsty.
Do we just rock it back?
I believe so. The only thing I'd be like is if you wanted to be even more aggressive and put in the expose evil.
Alright, let's see if we can get a 2-drop in our deck full of... Okay, we got a 1-drop.
That's like a 2-drop. Maybe our opponent will also have a 1-drop that'll die to ride down.
Ha.
Behold!
Hey, a removal spell.
Removal spell. I was kind of hoping to draw a Kinsvale Skirmisher there. Not going to lie.
Yeah. Are they going to make mischief me? Are they going to own me in this manner? Can I be owned in such a way?
It appears that.
Okay, no.
It appears as though we may be writing somebody down in our future. Unless we draw a Kinsvale Skirmisher. Hey! I've called... I know I'm like 1-1 for calling shots because I called the lands. I didn't call the first Kinsvale Skirmisher, and then I called this time. I'm 2-1.
Look, having a Kinsvale Skirmisher is exactly what I want there.
Yeah. That Scob's a fine guy, by the way.
Mm-hmm. So we got the Devils. That could be our next turn.
We just Devils next turn. It's also a fine guy. You can also, like, swing, see what he does, write down, and play the Cathar.
I like that. I like that a lot. We're the aggressive deck. Let's stay the aggressive deck.
Yeah. So you just trade across?
Destroy target blocking creature. It does.
Age Trample. He doesn't have a discard outlet, so yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's just the wind. Could have been good there if he did have a discard outlet, but he did not. And then we make another Goblin Piker.
This time we get toughness, so it can trade with it. The Niblis can't like.
It can't trade with
Can't
it.
even trade. So what? Like Devil's next turn and I win?
Devil's next turn, or if he plays a blocker here, we just play our.
Wow, gone missing.
I do not believe we win with Devils this time.
I still think I play it.
You have to deal 5 damage. And then if he plays a creature, he whispers it. If he doesn't play a creature, he just, like, dies to damage.
Yeah.
Dies when he is killed. That is what our opponent does. Man, we put this guy to the sword.
Right.
It's like...
No, you gotta block over here, bud.
Let's block people.
And then we put our opponent to 2 with a Malevolent Whispers in hand, like...
Yeah, like, there's very little... There's no Wrath of God in here.
Nibbles of stuffed crust.
Hey! So we're gonna have a lot of time to talk about Pokemon, because I'm pretty sure somebody might be fighting the auto build.
Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong button and now I lose.
Hey!
1 second, I gotta restart Magic Online, because that's how this client works.
Yay! Okay, so let's talk about Pokemon.
Well, actually,
Friends at home.
I guess I can just wait. I just won't know how long it takes. Whatever.
So, someone find me a list of um, all the new Pokemon.
Well, there's the execute or the executor, not the execute,
Yeah.
because it's not like.
Like,
Okay.
will the eggs also be flavored, or will it just be...
I don't think the eggs will be flavored.
Oh, there's also,
There's Hearthstones
there's also
stuff.
Hearthstone spoilers.
There
They
was a.
gave Warrior I want to say worse version of Unleash the Hounds.
Bit and bolster, haha.
Yeah, like, that's basically all I got. Like, was... Taunt is, in many ways, great. I do not think it is as good on that kind of a card.
I still think the card's really good.
Oh, the card's still great, but, like, it's just not Unleash the Hounds.
Right, because, like, it even lets you stay. Yes, from the video, it did not look like they were doing the 8 gems. Like, the video made it sound like the goal was more, there's 4 islands, and you fight the island,
The Island Lords.
Yeah, the 4 island lords. They're, like, they have titles that I'm... Kahunas? Yeah, Kahunas. Yeah, they showed off a lot of new Pokemon today. They showed off a lot of Hearthstone
Donkey.
cards today.
Showed off Donkey. They showed off Cheerleader Bird.
Ah, yeah, the bird that has 4 different modes.
They showed off Cyber Dog. The dog that is a cyber. Oh, there's our Pikachu clone. Right there. It's shaped like an orb.
No, we have a Pikachu clone. It's a Pikachu. It's when there's a Pikachu clone that's literally
There's
the ghost.
There's Mimikyu.
Yeah.
Who is like meta commentary.
Yes.
And then there is
Then there's
Togedemaru.
Yeah,
which is
there's a big
Pikachu clone.
Yeah, there's an orb that looks like a Pikachu. Yes, they have both. There's Pikachu and Pikachu.
Yeah. What other spoilers are there here? Morose. It's a 3 mana 1/1 with stealth. Legend.
It makes 1/1s.
At the end of your turn, summon a 1/1 Stuart. I don't know how good this card is, just due to the prevalence of sweepers that are very common to deal with this sort of thing, but the card still seems fine.
Right. I think it's very powerful in the sense of, like, it's an unending imp master if not answered, you know?
Yeah, like, I think it's rather easy to answer, but not for every deck to answer.
Right.
But decks that don't have answers for it probably don't care. Like, do you think Zoo cares about this guy? Like, on turn 3, I'm going to make a 1/1 that makes a 1/1. Like, okay, I'm going to play a 1/5 that is also a 6/5, or I'm going to make 2
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
The Prince Malkazar basically only matters as a card that lets you start with 35 cards.
Yeah, Prince Malkazar is a card I don't like, because he does the opposite of what most decks want. If the card instead said if you include this in your deck, you may play a 35 card deck, or play 5 cards down. Then the card would be like, great, like that'd go right into Wild Miracle Rogue, so they don't have to play as many crappy spells. But I think the card shines the most is Arena.
Oh,
Can
good.
you imagine Malkazar in Arena?
You pick it and you pick a pit fighter. So you're fine picking a pit fighter.
You're picking a pit fighter, and also your deck has 5 more legends in it. So it's like, you might have crappy ones, you might not. I knew some people who are going crazy over the imp that draws you cards and you discard cards, but I just don't think the card has a home right now. Basically because Tiny Knight of Evil didn't either. Like, they've been trying to make this card like a thing with like Fist of Jiraxis, and I did actually lose to a Fist of Jaraxxus deck yesterday. It was not Fist of Jaraxxus I lost to. It was. Can you guess what card I lost to? It
Not
was
for,
rank 11. It was a 5-mana card that dealt 5 damage to me.
I mean, the Doomguard, right?
Reckless Rocketeer.
That's a 6-mana card.
Oh, for 6-mana card, whatever.
You lied to me.
I did lie to you, but
There's no
I
was
lost that card in Constructed.
No, how was I supposed to get the question right if you just lied to me?
Because you're supposed to expect me to lie to you. This is normal.
Metangle.
If you're holding a dragon, destroy an animated minion with 3 or less attack.
That thing is alright.
6 mana on that.
I know.
For 3 attacks.
Basically, like, I guess the question is that more, like, would you rather have, like, Stampeding Kodo? Because a lot of the times I think, yes, I'd rather have Stampeding Kodo.
Yeah, a lot of times I'd rather have Stampeding Kodo. I'm like trying to think of where this card has a home. Like there are like 2 different dragon decks right now, and Dragon Warrior might want a card like this.
Well, the thing is, it's a dragon that wants dragons, so like you can play it, and it already like helps the.
Yeah, it doesn't reduce your dragon density at all, but I feel like this card is already pre-beefed by. It's filled with beef by a card that we already know called. I don't remember its name, but it's Fire Elemental. It does the job most of the time.
Fair. Not class specific though.
Yeah, not class specific. Well, neither is Fire Elemental. I mean, the 5-mana 5/4 Dragon Holden.
Yeah, that one is that's fair. That's basically gonna be it most of the time, but shrug.
Do you think the Candle, Broom, and Teapot have any abilities, or are they just vanilla creatures?
What class is that?
I believe that is a Warlock card.
I am literally unable to tell looking at the card because I can't that's one of the things I very much dislike about Hearthstone is that I can't tell what class a card is from by looking at it, even though I know all of I can't differentiate certain colors on it. Like it doesn't that and Rogue look too similar to me. Like
yeah.
That or that and Shaman even. Like it's like is that like which color, especially because there's so little space for it to be differentiated. Anyway, that's
the art doesn't look like anything. The art could go into a neutral card.
Right.
I think this is a Warlock card by caveat. Well, they've sort of. Have you noticed they're making a lot more spells that create minions? Like this sort of spell in particular is like stand against the darkness, like that thing.
Yeah.
Made me think of it.
Well, it's the cone of creatures, right? It's the 3/2/1.
This one's the cone of creatures. It doesn't just make 5/1/1s.
Right.
Or like, what was the first real one of those? Was it Mustard? I guess there's Unleash the Hounds.
Unleash the Hounds, but that was a rework.
That was a rework and more like a removal spell or a burn spell than like a creature.
Right.
But
yeah, in other card stuff today, and maybe more relevant to what we're already talking about, they showed off a From the Vaults product list of cards.
More a new From the Vault, eh?
Well, so it's from. Get ready for this. It's literally called From the Vault Lore. I just love I love the audacity of calling something lore. Like, it's all story cards.
Oh, and there are these promos from Comic-Con. These are actually a bit old.
Those are a bit old. Those are
but the
From the Vault lore. Got that sweet lore. It's basically a single card from Urza's block forward until now, which is kind of weird because it's supposed to be a thing about story, but like Urza doesn't have a card, or like Mishra doesn't have a card, or Like
Yeah,
there's
or not from their sets at least. Although,
well, there's not even like anything that like there's Phyrexian Processor, which is the closest thing to representing them in the story stuff. Anyway, it has
oh yeah, they picked GTA instead of
well
Ubisawa.
they picked GTA because they wanted they
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 wanted to
wanted good
sell their
cards.
sets. They wanted
Yeah,
to sell their boxes.
right.
Because who gives a shit about Toshiro Ubisawa?
Mm-hmm.
They care about his stick.
FTV lore.
But most of these cards are fine.
Yeah, it's just a thing that they're putting out. Like I'm not a huge fan of the From the Vault thingies, but
Oh, they're just designed to make money.
yeah. Well, they're designed. They make money, and it's weird because if you can buy them at retail, you basically always make money on it too. If you just sell the cards, because like
So people go nuts for them. Plus, some of these cards are like actual money cards, anyways. Like GTA and
Dark Depths.
Valeria West, Dark Depths. Is Cabal Ritual?
No,
I don't know. That was a common.
That's a
wasn't it?
common.
People still want to play it in their fancy Storm decks, anyway.
Also, like, near-death experience is a card in there, because there has to be, like, one card nobody cares about in every From the Vault.
Uh-huh. Also, Obliterate, which is a card I love, but
It's like Obliterate with the correct flavor text, and in there for flavor reasons, because
yeah, I have to mention Baron.
Yeah.
Tolaria West is a weird card, too. They didn't want to just, like, pick Tolarian Academy.
Well, again, the thing is, they picked exactly one card from each block Urza's forward. I think that's how it is. So because of that, like, certain cards just didn't get picked because, like, they picked Tolaria West to represent Tolaria as a whole, and that was the only card from Time Spiral block. So there was no Fencer, there was no Teferi, there was no, And they picked Conflux instead of Bolus. So that they could have that card focus more on, hey, shards existed, remember that? Because I think this whole box is supposed to be a, hey, remember this plot thingy?
To try to remind them of, like, the next plot they'll
Mine's Desire is in there, and if you take a look at the art on it, it makes a little more sense. It's supposed to represent the Mirari.
Mm-hmm. Like, of the Mirari cards you could pick, it's okay. Like, it'd be that Mirari or Mirari's Wake.
Well, the problem is that Mirari and Mirari's Wake are in a different block than
They're
Desire.
in a different block than, Desires is.
And they picked Cabal Ritual for that. Because they wanted to be like, yo, this is the, showing off the Cabal. And the Patriarch or whatever.
And they show off, I was about to talk about something I can't talk about because we have to save it for a special occasion.
Yes, just hold that.
Hold that thought. You guys don't get to hear about something beautiful because we're saving it for later.
They picked Beseech the Queen for all of Lorwyn?
Yeah. Why didn't they pick, like, any other card from Lorwyn?
Is Beseech played in anything?
To my knowledge, no. Like, the only thing I could think of it that would play would be, like, Storm, and no.
But anyway,
I guess it's an Elder card. It's definitely an Elder card, but
yeah, that's the only Magic, like, related thing from today. There was also a Magic, like, there was a story article last week for, like, the end of the Eldritch Moon story, which was cool.
it ended with Soren turning into a rock.
No, that was there was one after that one.
Did they, like, have a cult around the rock? Or is Olivia, like, having a dance party or something?
No, it's basically the story of the Imprisoned in the Moon card. Like, showing that moment and stuff.
How did they cast Imprisoned at the Moon anyways?
They didn't. That's the trick.
But how'd it work then? How'd they get Emrakul in that moon?
Emrakul did it.
They just got her to put herself in the moon for fun?
No, they didn't get her to do anything.
She just did it on her own?
Right, because she didn't want to be there. Like, the only reason she was there was because Nahiri was, like, lured her there with stones, and people
Then
like
why didn't
rocks.
she just leave? Like, through the blind eternities. She can do that, right?
Yeah, but she didn't. She just put her in the moon. It specifically is because she didn't want to do anything, and that would take effort.
So the main character... Okay. I'm starting to get it. Like, here's what we know about all the Eldrazi's.
Uh-huh.
Ulamog likes to destroy permanents.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's what we have his character. He likes to destroy. That's what he does. He's also indestructible.
Yes.
So we have this character trait. He's stubborn. He loves to destroy things. That's what Ulamog does. Okay, then we gotta go to Kozilek. Loves to draw cards.
So, do we say that as, like, knowledge?
Yeah. No, I just like drawing cards.
No, you just as a character trait, we like drawing cards.
Kozilek, the person, likes to draw cards.
Okay.
Has evasion.
Sometimes it has shitty evasion.
Evasion.
Likes menace.
Is a menace. Yeah, okay, that's Kozilek. Kozilek also likes bismuth for some reason.
Yeah.
I like bismuth's a fine element. It helps me when I'm sick. And okay, and now the characterization we have for Emrakul is that she's lazy.
She just likes not other people doing things. That's why you get the mind control on the turn, you know? That's why
we need to find an Eldrazi butler to get Emrakul to leave.
Yeah, but what everyone's talking about, yes, they're like.
I'm not reading the chat because I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
What about?
I guess to address everyone in the chat, I know what you're talking about. I explained it very tersely on purpose
Because it's stupid.
I liked it. I thought it was good. It had a funny moment where Jace talked to Jace and thought, "Wow, this guy's a fucking asshole."
No, that I buy. I don't mind. What I was talking about was like Nahiri, like channeling the entire plane's magic through rocks to.
Gotta lock down that set file, guys.
But what I'm thinking of is we get Ugin to be Emrakul's Eldrazi butler, and he gets her to leave, and then they go make a wacky sitcom in the city. Like they go to Ravnica and get a studio apartment.
Ah, okay.
I'm sure there's a studio apartment big enough for
sadly,
the two largest beings in existence.
Yeah, you can get one of those. Sadly, they heck, there's always a Mark Rosewater article, and one of the quotes from the Mark Rosewater article today was, quote, "I don't see us doing a where Jace goes and gets his coffee plane in the future."
Well, we learned this a long time ago. Mark Rosewater stealth follows Kaz on Twitter and does things on purpose to make him mad.
Yeah, right. I understand.
I also do this, only I'm not stealthy about it. I just do it.
Beefing. Pre-beefing.
People liked that tweet. I was happy about that.
It
was a completely derivative tweet, but
yeah.
People like. There's no coffee on Ravnica.
Well, there's some coffee on Ravnica.
There's no coffee.
There's definitely coffee.
There's no jungle. You can have coffee without a jungle.
What?
Coffee beans are from the jungle.
Look, you grow them. You outsource them. Okay, it's fine.
Ah. Okay. They outsource their coffee.
Yeah, you have to import-export to other planes. You know, that sort of.
Oh right, yeah, because they opened the plane up somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure there's an explanation for that I don't care about.
I'm sure.
We got a game.
Let's play some Magic. Seeing as all four of these finished very quickly.
Relatively quickly. You only had to prattle on for a while, and we're fighting the Hexure.
All right. I'd like to play first, and I can't keep this.
There was a planes, I'd be all behind this, but there is not.
Yeah, there's not a planes here, so I cannot keep it. Got them all again.
Multiply, jerk.
I'll keep it. I'm not terribly happy with this setup, but I'll keep it. God,
Bottom.
but that lets me cast the devils.
Do we want action or do we want to cast the devils?
We need action for this hand to function. Yeah.
Like, we already have a removal spell, is my thought, and we're going to draw Mountain. Like, the sad thing is, this is already, like, a 5-card hand.
I know. I don't like it very much, but I don't like the idea of what 5 looks like.
Yeah.
Especially because this does have removal. Let's just draw a Piker and everything will be forgiven.
Hey! Piker spotted.
That's because we bottomed it, so...
I was right. Called shots.
Well, we didn't call the Piker, I called the Piker.
We worked together to call this Piker forward.
Look, it takes multiple... It takes a lot of effort to summon a 2/3.
You have to tap the power of 2 whole lands.
To get a Piker.
If our opponent does anything, they appear to...
Well, nope.
Okay, they appear to not. Let's attack. And we never saw the other mountain.
No, I knew when I bottomed it what I was paying, you know, paying blood for.
We should probably auto yield to that if this Piker lives any length of time.
No, I was thinking about just F6ing on the turn, but I chose not to because I wanted to make it look like I had plays. But yeah,
the appearance of anything. You're gonna play a 3-mana 3/2.
Like, well, here's the thing. I don't know if 3-mana 3/2s are as huge anymore because of what you said, card density. Like, 3/2s were huge in Shadows, but they're not the biggest thing in...
There's some.
There are.
Not many.
But they're not as great. They're not as powerful.
The 3-mana 3/2 with Vigilance in green is a fine card.
Ain't as good as the 3-mana 3/2 that investigates on death in green.
Not as good. Maybe our opponent is just full of nothings.
Oh, sweet.
Hey!
Give me that.
Watch this, make it die to like the Smite the Monstrous they have or whatever it's called.
That costs 6.
Right, it investigates? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a card. Let's attack for 4!
Oh, right, I have 6. I can't even yield. No, this is good.
This is fine.
We have a 4/4 on the offense. Like, that True Fate Sensor was exactly, like... was
the kind of thing we needed. Like that or another Piker.
Well, because it was another Piker. Like, that's what I drew.
Hey, we did draw... We drew the other thing of Pikers.
Our opponent,
They stuck on 3 lands with... That's a nice draw.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. That actually makes the clock correct and gives me flying threats, things for True Fate Sensor to go on if this dies. Feeling pretty good about this game at the moment.
Feeling pretty fine. Gonna play a 4-mana 2-power flyer.
We accept the... Basically, like, I'd be willing to play... I've played, like, you know, the 2/3 gain 2 life sort of thing, and I'm willing...
Well, plus we played... I'm willing to call this card better than the font that made 1/1s. I hated that card, but we played it because it was a Delirium card and it made 1/1 flyers.
Yes. Please play 1 large creature. Okay.
Behold. Now let's see if we draw either... If we draw Mountain, I think we do that, but if we don't draw Mountain, then we...
Yeah. And of course.
And of course... The Choking Restraints come down.
Again, I always like making it look like I have a red trick because there's more... I think there's more possible red tricks on 1.
Yeah, there's +3/+0 and +1/+0 and make a 3/2 when it dies.
And +2/+1 trample.
If you can have the discard outlet, yes.
No. That's just a card that's +2/+1
oh, yeah,
and trample.
+2/+1 and trample. Yeah, that's from this set, right?
Yeah.
Not the old, not from.
Yeah,
Moon.
from this set. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, Magmatic Chasm next turn and we win.
Yeah. Any number of things. You're on 5 mana. You gotta have something now.
Right. Like he could play a flyer and I wouldn't be able to chasm, I suppose, but
he could. This magnetic chasm, it's like a blanket effect. So even if he flashes in a creature after it's cast, it's
Well, the game is over. Let's move to side
okay.
four.
Because my other thought was that he flashes in some Eldrazi as like
Yeah.
tribute.
Anyway, I don't think we have any information to make changes based off of. We
Our
saw
opponent
one
is
card.
presumably playing white cards and
Uh,
is playing at least one green card.
Yep. Abyssanted, I implore you to take a look at the curve of our deck and then attempt to divine maybe what the Golden Castigator is doing, because in this deck, 4-power haste flying is exactly what I want. I'm playing an incredibly aggressive deck. I guess you weren't around for the draft, so
Yeah, we basically picked every piker we saw except for the one we picked one bear. We picked a Truth Fate Sensor. We picked a piker over that too.
Yeah.
It's like bear and piker were replaced with stinky bells. A bell is not quite what a sensor is, but it's close enough.
Yep.
Anyways, the Castigator is good enough for constructed. It's good enough for us.
It's a 4-mana Hell Murder Angel. Yeah, that's basically more is the point.
Yeah, our opponent probably has at least one Thalia Seakite, but a lot of our creatures actually live through that. This looks like a very good hand to mulligan.
Yeah, this is an automatic mulligan. I can't keep this. Oh god, I am not happy with this one either. Look at this nothing.
This is already a 5-card hand. Let's go to a real 5-card hand.
Yeah, like this.
Like, it's got our... I think we have... God. Plains has got to be on top, right?
Whatever, we'll take a loss to the mulligans. That's fine.
Wait, it's fine. Our opponent does not do anything.
It's true.
Play a piker, and we can win eventually.
If we can equip 2 True Fate Sensors on the piker, we win. I'm cool with the double sensor. Like, that's fine. It's just we need mana to be able to actually use it.
We need a plains. Heroic plains. Plains! Heroic plains! We have like a turn draw you.
Yeah, we have a 9 in 34 on that, so very low odds.
Even mountain just to start getting these sensors out. But I want plains.
No, we really want Cathar into...
Okay.
Alright, so let's find out what our opponent is.
Yeah, let's find out.
Let's learn. Show me anything about your deck. Okay, they're a deck that gets beat by literally curving out because they don't do anything till turn 5. I understand. They're a deck that literally loses to a curve. They can't beat a curve. We can't have that, but that's fine. Flash in the Drog Skull thingy? No. Oh, information.
Werewolves. They like werewolves enough to... Green and white is an odd combination for that. They must be very heavy green.
Oh my god. Are they... Okay, I was gonna say, are they passing on that? Like... I don't know if our opponent's doing literally anything.
I know we're not.
Yeah. I'd love to draw a land so I don't have to discard. Okay.
Same guy we saw last time.
Card we already know.
Ah, goodness. I'm expecting like Dirkwood Boars now, like back to back to back.
Wow, okay. Just a 3/4 lifelinker, huh?
I mean, it's gonna kick our ass.
Well, I mean, yeah, we were losing to nothing. Like, I'm not even gonna show the second True Fate Sensor. I just want to see more cards out of our opponent.
Yeah, I think at this point we're just out of it.
There's absolutely no way we could win this game.
Yeah.
Our opponent would have to like what, wrath themselves, like.
There were certain sequences of plays that involved our opponent continuing to I no longer have faith in our opponent to do anything. Okay, I now have faith in our opponent to be able to win a game of Limited.
Yeah.
So, we have a Naturalize on the board, right?
Uh-huh. It's 3 mana and sorcery speed.
It's coming in! Uvenwald Mysteries is not a card you beat. Like, the Howlpack Resurgence is also, if our opponent actually has any werewolves.
Be back in a moment.
Okay. Oh, there it is! There is the Nephalia Sea Kite. Who called it, other than me? Who said Speed Spider?
What's Flash?
Like, I'm okay playing this main phase if, like, he wants to equip the shield to it.
Okay.
So our opponent is playing 4 and 5 cost creatures and incredibly powerful enchantments.
Yep.
Okay, so
Let's move along.
what do we cut for Naturalize? Just does it falter?
I want to have Falter in this match. All they have is ground creatures.
Maybe one of the sensors? Am I too afraid of Uvenwald Mysteries?
100%. I don't care. Like,
Okay. I mean, here's my experience with Uvenwald Mysteries. I've drafted that card like 3 different times and won every single time I have.
I think the big trick here is that you have to cast creatures before turn 4 to make Uvenwald Mysteries worthwhile, and our opponent doesn't do that.
That is very true. You have to have creatures in your deck.
Right. Alright, let's try and get a capable 7. Done.
Acquired! I see a curve. I see a rather strong curve, actually.
Yeah, I was just
2, 3,
saying,
4.
I say 2, 3, 4, that looks super good.
Like, we attack for 8 on 4. Again?
Yeah. Okay.
Behold. Yeah, but like, I don't think Howl is like super good in a red-white deck. The card's basically red-green. What do you got for us? Probably a bear.
Manadork.
Monadork. That card would be really, really, really good if it did not have Defender.
It doesn't on the backside.
Yeah, but like, it has this built-in thing where it's like your ramp spell and your ramp target, which I guess is cool, but it only costs 6 to flip it due to the fact that it taps your mana itself, but I don't know how to feel about the card. I'm mostly just sad about how bad Monadorks have gotten.
Yeah. Manadork's exactly what their deck needs to function. They're all 4s and 5s, remember? That's literally all they are.
Like, if they play a 4 or 5, we might do that instead.
Yeah.
And then just like, if they don't block, then we just double censor after.
Depends on what their play is.
It depends what it is.
Like, if it's something a 4/4 can attack into or a 4/3 can attack into, fine, I'm going to do that. What are they doing? Like a Hydra or something? Like, there's a white missing, actually, from this. What are they casting?
A 4/3 with Delirium that gets +1/+1 and trample. That's like the creature we've seen every time out of them.
Yeah.
Up. It's not a spider. No, it could be a spider. That costs.
I wouldn't give a shit about a spider. That's worthless.
Yeah, spider
against
does
board.
not matter. Yeah.
Spider's a piece of garbage against what I'm doing next turn. Like.
Waiting for Hexure.
Yeah.
You think this is a new player? They've got the Birds of Paradise avatar.
Yikes. O-ring, eh? O-ring that gives you a 3/4 blocker, eh?
That's fine. Abandoned Reason says up to. If he tries to block, we can crush him and then get our guy back.
True. Whatever, let's just run in with the Steadfast Cathar.
Uh-huh.
So we want this thing dead as hell.
We do, especially before it can flip. But he's a ways off from that. He needs 3 more lands to do that. Plus, we can just put another sensor on our guy and attack over it.
Yeah.
That's funky. Yeah, calling all ride downs, definitely. The card in our hand is sort of like a ride down, but no trample on that, sadly.
Right. I mean, he can't block with it. It's a 3/4. We're a 4/4.
Uh-huh.
Like, we just win that fight, so...
We beat it in a fight without the sensor. That thing can't attack.
Yeah. I want him to tap out for,
A creature that does not matter.
Yeah.
He might have a 3/4 lifelinker now.
We'd be able to attack over it.
Easily. You should use...
That's going to depend a lot more on if... Basically, Liliana Heretical Healer is, I think, the stronger of the two, but is the harder to trigger. And if you have ways to make that happen in your deck, you want it. Our opponent's just going heavy.
They're going in on their guy.
Man. If we could draw a single removal spell for this guy, so if I can draw my Pacifism...
Although we kind of want that thing to die.
Exile works just as well.
Yeah, we have to have double white for that, though.
That's fine.
But if you can, I was going to say, if you could get to pick the Liliana, pick one Liliana of the Veil.
Right, but Heretical Healer in Standard is, I think, the stronger of the two.
I don't think the new Liliana is going to be able to find a place in Standard. Planeswalkers have been kind of lately. Although I like Wolf Mom.
Yeah, we are both just going heavy on the Voltron thing here. It's one, you play one creature, and that's all you get.
There's been a new Voltron lately, and people have been liking it. It's by the Korra people.
Yeah.
The Korra people. Decides to gain 6 life. Probably wise.
Yeah. With you on the Heretical Healer, though, I think that's the stronger of the two.
Just imagine this Piker running into combat, like holding one of these things in each hand, like swinging it around.
Yep.
Like, I'm also glad that this Piker is actually a Piker.
If this is like the only human in the deck, so...
I also don't like that this Piker's main thing on the art is a big shield.
Okay, sweet. If my opponent goes for a double block, we get to show them what for.
You get to show them a real power. Although, wait, we go up to 7 power on that?
First strike. That's all that'll matter.
7 power of first strike. Yeah, we first strike down the cap. Wait, what is that called? Uvenwald Captive?
Captive.
Okay, I was thinking it was like Uvenwald Captain. And I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Alright. So the bad thing is that this flips into a 4/6, which then becomes a 10, a 9/10? No, 8/10?
Yeah. And they can do it at instant speed if they're smart.
Yeah. Did I just kill that?
With the first strike?
Yeah. Like, just get their life like the hell off the table.
Yeah, the first strike's not going to help us kill a gigantic creature.
No, it's not.
See if they want to save their guy. They do not. I would like to draw...
Ride down.
Ride down or a 6-mana 4/3 flyer that taps all creatures your opponent controls when it attacks.
That too. That just doesn't come into play.
Well, coming to play, I thought it was when it attacked.
Nope. Also, we can't have any of these. Now, here's the cool thing. Our opponent can't just, like, crash in with this, or else, like...
They die?
Right, we're gonna crash back. Like, we actually have the race on them. We can't attack here, though.
Yeah, and they should...
God, I want Ride Down badly, though. That is a card I wanted so bad this entire game.
We have a 2 and 27 of drawing it.
Well, we have a lot of powerful... They didn't flip. Thank you.
They forgot!
Okay, buddy. Voltron, I get it. I understand.
Man.
I get it.
Maybe they just want to get us on the, Also, who would have thought that Natural Eyes would actually have been great to bring in? We didn't know our opponent was this in on auras.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I didn't believe that they were this heavy on it. We still, like... So now it'll
Or, like,
be...
Faith Unbroken is in particular, like,
Yeah. Well, I don't think it would have helped to bring in, because we would have had to have drawn it, and seeing as we've drawn 4 spells all game. Or 5.
We didn't. We weren't going to board out planes for
yeah.
for our thing.
So this is currently an 8-13. If I draw Pacifism, the game literally ends because our opponent's only creature leaves.
And then we get a 4/3.
They didn't flip out. Or Ride Down. Or Falter.
Gold Knight would probably be enough. Falter's not quite enough.
Falter'd be good, though. I'd be able to attack for 6 and bring him to 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we play it in case we draw Falter, but...
Are you sure you shouldn't take out a land? This deck has 6 drops. Like, I feel like I'm fine playing 17.
Yeah, we're playing
I was gonna say,
we're playing like 3 4s, a 5, and a 6.
PokeCaptain brings up the other thing. We literally lost to Screw last game. This is just how Magic works. There's nothing like...
They remembered.
Okay, so now they have an 8-13 that kills me in 3 shots. However, and it has Vigilance, which, you know, that's kind of big, I suppose. And it's the only thing they have. This is literally the only creature in the world.
Falter wins us the game. The Angel wins us the game.
Unless
they have a spider.
I guess I understand why they had Faithbearer Paladin in their deck. That gets
As a body?
Well, no, like you make a 7/8 lifelinker, and then you can't lose.
Oh, I was assuming he just wanted any creature at all, like something with power that can attack.
Yeah, that's fair.
You kind of need those to win.
Was this an Eldrazi? Yeah, all right, wasn't wrong.
Ugh.
This is the turn I need to draw something. And it's gonna be a plains. He ain't helping.
It's a chump.
It is a chump.
Like Halpack's not a chump. It's banned. So we need... Okay, what do we have? We have...
Falter wins the game. Angel that taps all my opponent's creatures wins the game. I'm pretty confident that a removal spell on Uvenwald Abomination wins the game.
Yeah, we have Ride Down.
Okay,
We have Uvenwald. Oh, no, we already Ride Down Angel, Falter, Pacifism.
Yeah. Well, the Pacifism gets me a body, too, is the other thing. Like, gets me back my Brazen Wolves, because I can just pay for it. So I chump block the Uvenwald Abomination here.
The Devils would do it, because it would remove the Abomination as a blocker.
It wouldn't be enough to get in for lethal, though. They have enough chumps.
Yeah, the chumps would be it.
We need Angel that taps all our guys, and that's not the card on the top of my library.
So we lost to Screw, and now we're going to lose the Flood, eh?
We're losing heavily to Flood here. This is 10 lands, 10 lands out of it. So we're no chance in this game. Like, I can't win games where I just do this sort of thing. My opponent's deck is a lot more of a deck that's built to take advantage of being on 10 land, which is like, you know, we look even, but the decks are not actually even for what they do. Because now I have to chump block, and basically that removes any chance of me winning the game if they force me to chump. which they actually can't.
We're just dead.
Yeah, I would say if he knows to attack with both, I'm dead. So that's the end of that one. Damn.
We made profit on the draft though. Just barely. Just barely.
No, we didn't get any packs because this is a loss in round 2 of an 8-4.
Well, actually, we didn't profit any.
No, we just got the draft pack.
You'll get less from the thing then.
But yeah, because the card we were looking for is actually Vidillion Pack Outcast would have been the game too. Just being able to, because what we're looking for is one of these sorts of things.
Yeah, we had something like a 1 in 4 of like drawing something that just won us the game. That was a sad thing to happen. Well, sorry, you've been eliminated.
Well, that's magic for you though. Lose to flood, lose to screw. It's the name of the game. I was very happy with the deck, though.
I'm happy with the deck. I'm kind of sad we lost to the opponent we lost to, but you can't control that. Well, you can, but you can't.
Yeah, you have some control over things, but not as much as you'd like. However, I'm looking for binders for trade. Spell. Oh, spell's gonna give me a lot.
Yeah, spell's gonna get you a lot. Let me look at what the card's actually called.
It's spell color. I already got it.
Okay.
In the zone.
That one you can probably sit on for like a little while before you go and trade it. Or do you just want to get rid of it immediately?
I don't think I want to sit on that. I feel like that's a really good way to get to make it worth like 7 rather than 13. I don't think it's gonna go up. That's for certain.
Okay, yeah, not gonna go up. It's probably just gonna go down.
So I'm gonna do it on here. I haven't shown off the.
Been declined. Your card's been declined.
I don't think I've shown the trading interface off in a while on how.
In a while, how we have robots give us money for. I don't see any other cards I need.
Is this bot not updated for... This bot is probably not updated for,
Me to look up the going price for Thought-Knot Seer and Ivogan?
I already know what those are worth about. It's not that... It's just that those aren't the... See, I'm hoping... See, you don't get to choose what your show... Like, what they're going to take, what they're going to go for.
You're not from robots. The only way to actually choose is to find a human who wants to buy it.
Right, and that is difficult.
Yeah.
Does MTG Goldfish have bots? Maybe they have a...
What bots were you doing this? Like, did you try Academy by bot?
Yeah, let's try Academy.
You try to stick with the bots you have credit with.
Yeah, Academy by bot. Buying all standard. Though again, it doesn't look like it's updated for.
It is literally today.
I know. Well, Friday technically.
Friday. Yeah.
The cards existed for a while. Sorry, you don't have any tradable items. I'd like to buy. All right. Yeah, so this is the essential experience of trading on Magic Online. It's really janky. You basically have no control over what you're doing, and like it's like 6 steps backwards from what it used to be, which it describes Magic Online in a nutshell a lot of the times.
On the whole, I don't know. Old Client was pretty bad.
Well,
don't forget that Old Client was
right, but I just mean like leagues existed, and then for 6 years leagues didn't exist.
Oh yeah, I also remember when the Moto Academy crashed like last year. That was very recent.
All right, let's actually just search for Spellcaller then and see if I can find one.
Clownbot 3 is doing 12.1, so you'd lose like a little bit on it.
Oh. Selling, okay. And this is how you get to like.
It looks like 12, like Extreme Bot's also doing Spell Color for 12.1. That's the highest number I've seen.
See, I'm seeing 12 as the highest on this, and that's selling at 13. So you get that discrepancy of about a ticket on these sorts of things.
That's, as far as like overhead on business, that's actually rather.
Yes.
I guess that's small. You're making like less than a 10% mark, like about a little bit less than a 10% markup.
Let's go with Clownbot 3 then. Again, this is all just I wanted to show off this portion of Magic Online. I think it's been something like literally forever since I've done this sort of thing on.
That's a good card statistics. It's a graph showing for the Ivory Knight Hearthstone card the cost of spells and Paladin.
I would say the one is super.
Yeah, they have many, many, many secrets. So
they do not want the thing. Again, like they say, buying Spellcaller, but also not. It's.
Oh yeah, wine. Wine is like all markup. Like wine is cheap as hell to make. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, heck, food in a fast food setting. As far as like, I mean, the problem
service is a little different because of like the markup is not on raw materials; it's on
right. People bring up people bring up the statistic of like, oh, you're actually paying like all the ingredients combined is like a $1.25, and it's like, well, yes, but you're not taking into account anything else that matters in that.
The only one I will give on that is fountain served soft drinks. Whenever you get a large Coke at your McDonald's, you're paying like $2, like the large drink or whatever. You are buying about 2 cents worth of fountain sugar. They are insanely cheap. The syrup from soda fountains is so, and that has no labor associated with it. They give you the cup and you go fill it.
Yep.
Anyways, markup. Business background people.
Business. It's all about business.
Got to make that money. Looking for a stellar. Don't want it. They don't want you, gents.
Nope. How about fair? No, it's gone because this fair prices 2.
Fair prices 2.
I miss Quizbot. We haven't done Quizbot. No, I'm trying to make a sale. It's not functioning. I wanted to make a sale to show off how sale works.
All prices are fair here.
Oh, wow. I'm glad to have that guarantee. That this person has told us. Benak 1. And that's if you're lucky.
Oh my god, it does not want to buy it.
No, nobody wants to actually buy Spellcallers. They just also say
they advertise it, and then they don't actually do it. Oh my goodness.
Okay, how about Genuine Bot 2?
Genuine Bot 2.
I'm really happy with all prices are fair here. That's really
all prices are fair here. Now looking at your car. Oh, it's going to be Thought Nazi and Ivory, isn't it?
We're finding out how much you can
Those crazy pair of Ivugan and Thought Nazi. They were actually a crazy pair, but man.
That's true. Maybe it's not in my trade binder.
Let's go double check to make sure it's in the prison, the value prison.
Yep, I see it in 4 trade.
It's hard to tell what's in your trade binder because of all those event tickets. Actually, wait.
Oh, ha! Okay. There's
yeah, because I was thinking, and I was thinking, wait, where's Thought Not Seer and?
Yep. Okay. Let's show off some more about this. We have
active new binder and for trade.
We have 4 trade, which is not for trade, and then we have new binder, which is active because you make it your trade binder by. Oh god, I don't even know how you by fiat. How do you do that? Yeah, you right click, make active. Perfect, sweet. Thank you. You
should make for trade your active binder so that this doesn't happen again.
That's a good idea.
Otherwise, the next time we do this in 7 months, we'll be like, man, why is it not wanting to buy our Chandra the Brass Herald? Oh, it's because and then PokeCap will bring it up again, and then I'll backflip and go into space and punch the moon.
Vaporwave Dark Souls.
Don't say it.
Oh, sweet. So now the actual bot I use is willing to buy it for 13.
We earned a ticket, everybody. Actually, wait, no.
Well, it's 12 point.
They paid 50 cents over the average, and we have store credit, so you
Yeah.
get 13
What
tickets.
am I taking? That many tickets.
You're greedy.
I want all the tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that this card is going to go up because it is a rare, not a mythic. It could stick at that price, but I don't think it'll go up. And also, I don't play standard, so this is why I'm willing to convert it. Anyway, sweet. So now that you've gotten all to learn the process of Magic Online trading, it's very simple and all prices are fair.
All prices are fair. That's the name of the next stream.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll be doing more of this, not tonight, but at a later time, so.
I was wanting to maybe suggest we did it tonight, but then we had this adventure to wrap up on, and I
Yeah.
think this is a good place to end it.
I think this is a good place to end it, and also, like, I'm mostly the sniffles are getting to me too much to want to actually continue streaming. I hope that hasn't been audible to everybody. Anyway, thank you, Gnome, for joining.
No problem.
Thank you, everybody in the zoo. I hope you all enjoyed my foray into building the deck I always build, which is when I don't know a format, which is let's just play Boros. And
See, you say that, but I really think it's blue-white fly. I think the weeks of Modern taught me that it was blue-white flyer, because you did that like 4 times in a row.
it's true, but like with like the Modern flashbacks though, those are sets I at least like
Remember?
yeah, I have like a some sort of memory of and go into, and like it's not like a null thing. I don't know. Anyway, I guess there's a billion videos for those statistics. I don't cherry pick drafts. So
Good night, everybody.
good night. Also, we get to lie to everybody because this video looks like it's an hour and 41.